Hi friends, it's Amber. So I was going to do this live and then I decided that it was important for me to not get distracted, basically. Not feel everyone in the moment. I've worked with many of you and I know that in our conversations, it has been so much deeper than just the cash flow, just the profitability. There, as I've said many times over, there's a distinct energy of money that is both masculine and feminine. The Profit for Keeps framework is very pragmatic. It is extremely clear and it is masculine in energy. And it's a beautiful gateway of awareness of what may be blocked or what may be missing in terms of our relationship with money, how we view money. But if we take a step back and we look at our divine blueprint for this lifetime, our purpose, our aligned lessons and relationships and feelings, that's where I believe this feminine side of money is so key. Now, I've had several things occur in the last few weeks. I've experienced messages for years, but this month I have been literally hit with it daily, multiple times a day. And later in the year, I will share more about what has happened, and I believe I still need to process it before I can completely share everything. But I can no longer ignore this calling. I can no longer ignore this very clear message that we are meant to elevate our consciousness. We are here to disrupt what has been building for many, many years and step into our divine blueprint for this lifetime, step into our purpose. And I think the hardest part about stepping into purpose is determining what that is, right? Like we have a lot of symptoms of misalignment. I made a list of them here. Dis-ease, frustration or bitterness, anger are not self-theme, basically, if you're doing human design. Not reaching your next level of income. High turnover in your team, if you're finding that you're experiencing a lot of turnover in your team or frustration with your team. An obsession with results and KPIs. That's a big one. We try to control when we feel misaligned. Goals that feel exhausting, feeling off, feeling exhausted, feeling stuck and confused, knowing hustle is not the answer, but still finding yourself in that hustle. Feeling disconnected from self. It's a really big one. Not even being able to truly define self. Your external reality is not matching what you desire. Some of you may be in my Profit for Keeps program, and we have been talking more about this in the Profit for Joy Collective, of really sitting into the identity and stating now that you feel and encompass your identity of what you know is aligned with your purpose. We all have a purpose and a lesson to live in this lifetime. And I am feeling extremely called. It's no longer an option. This is so much bigger than me. This has so much to do with the ripple effect. It has to do with creating a space of elevated consciousness, of a place where we can make quantum leaps, a place where we can truly step into doing morning consecration practices, being able to embody wealth consciousness, being able to be asked the right questions to be able to unearth our inner wisdom. Now, I have resisted this for years. I have settled very clearly in the masculine side of money. I have taught frameworks, I have taught profitability, I've taught strategy, and all of that is so important. And it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. The masculine side is just as needed as the feminine. The masculine is what tends to be louder. It tends to be what we have been focusing on for the last 100 years, several hundred years. But I know many of you have been feeling this uneasiness, this feeling of like there's something bigger out there. And I am inviting you to step into that next self. Step into a circle of incredibly impactful entrepreneurs that are looking to sit and hold space for one another, to be able to really sit into asking these harder questions, feeling uncomfortable, knowing that when you feel awkward and uncomfortable, it's simply because it's unfamiliar. It doesn't mean that it's bad. There's a really big difference there. If you feel called to be in a community, in a group, it's going to be a very small group. And I don't believe in scarcity. So I do believe that there are 20 aligned individuals that are meant to step into this circle for 2022. And so if you feel called, or you know someone would really just feel like this is calling to them, I encourage you to share this video. If you're curious and just like, what is this? What does this look like? Reach out to me. Let's set up a call. I really do believe that this is so needed, and I cannot ignore it anymore. So with that, I want to just call you to action in a very beautiful way. If you feel moved by this, if you feel like, yeah, I need to do this. I'm just putting this out there because I cannot ignore this anymore. And you'll be hearing more from me in the coming weeks, but I need to get this message out there right now. And so with that, if you are feeling called, either reply to this email, message below, direct message me on Facebook. I'm going to be putting this video in multiple places. So I know that the right individuals will come into this. And if you are not feeling called at this moment in time, also know that that's okay. It's okay to be where you are. It's okay for you to feel hesitation. And it's also important to be able to determine whether or not that's actually what it is, or if it's something more. Like, I've been experiencing resistance all day long, but I know deep down that it is false. It is not something that is telling me, oh, don't do this. I cannot sleep anymore without getting this out there. So again, message me below, send me a message, respond to this email. Let me know if you are interested in learning more. Much love to you. I can't wait to elevate our consciousness together in 2022.